What is up, y'all? It's your girl, Brand New, and I'm back in the building. And this time I'm back with a story about this narcissistic guy at one time that I dealt with. I told you guys I was going to come back sometime with a story time on this guy. And another thing that inspired this is the guy Ahkbar from Love and Hip Hop. This guy reminds me a lot of him, the way he smiles, the way he tries to act all charming and flirt with everybody. And honey, you looking familiar. So let's get off into the story. First, I want to say this. So this guy, I found out he was a narcissist, but I did not find out until years later that this man is a narcissist. And if you want to know some characteristics of a narcissist is, let's just talk specifically about men narcissists. They are very charming. Sometimes they are very good looking. The guy I dealt with was not good looking. That's why when I look back on it, I get even more pissed off that the motherfucker was not even cute and pulling that shit. And I'm very serious. And I know y'all like, well, why would you mess with an ugly guy? It got to a point in my life where I was trying to give everybody a chance, like trying to not just date for looks, date for personality. And I tried and I failed miserably, okay? But yeah, narcissistic men are normally charming. This guy in particular, he had really low self-esteem now that I look back. And before it didn't look like that. It looked like he was really confident and was really sure of himself. But only weak-ass men pulled the shit that he pulled. So when I get off into it, you guys will understand. But yeah. A lot of times narcissistic men are very misogynistic. They think that everything is about the man's needs, and the man has a penis, so his opinion is more important than the woman's. And, you know, everything of what the man says is right, and the woman is to follow the man, and just bullshit. And I had liked him, but it wasn't like towards the end of our dealings. That's when he introduced me to that bullshit. He began kind of talking in that type of way. Well, I'm a man and I'm this. And I'm like, you ain't shit. Shut your ass up. I hate when a man tells you what he is. Motherfucker, if you are a man, I wouldn't be able to take it from you. Okay? If you are a man, it would speak for itself. You don't need to fucking tell me. Shit. I'm like, this nigga is stupid. And I was young. But, yeah, that damn Ahkbar from Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, very familiar, except it didn't go that far with me. None of that bullshit happened. None of that. And if something did, it was on him. Trust me, because even when I was younger, I was still smart. I did dumb shit, but I was still smart with certain things, knew how to maneuver out of certain things. I will say that. It was hard, though. It was hard. So let's just get off into the story. So pretty much there was this guy, and I had dealings with him several years ago. And I wasn't really attracted to him at all at first. I was attracted to, I guess the possibility of, I don't know, we shared similar goals, I should say. We shared some common goals. And there were some things I wanted him to do for me business-wise. And I told him I could help him, I could help him as well. It's kind of like we had business together. So, we was getting together, like that. It was some light flirting going on. And I started to like him because I liked hearing him talk and his demeanor. You know, he seemed really charming, like he knew what he was talking about. And then when you are a younger lady, when you are a young woman, you like an older guy that seems confident and about his business, and that shit looks appealing. It really does. It looks sexy. It looks appealing. He wasn't all that sexy, but it looked, that part of him was really attractive, because I was always about my business. My daughter's father is actually one of my old managers. Like when I tell you I'm about business, I'm about my business. I've always thought, I don't know what it is, always thought in that type of way. But yeah. So, yeah, me and him had pretty much dealings business-wise, and, we had promised we would help each other, and, we began seeing each other, and, how that type of shit starts. You're talking on the phone and, talking about your day and then your plans for the next 5 years. So it was a lot of that going on for several weeks. And then, we end up meeting up in person, and like we had a ball. We would watch TV, make out, just be all on each other. We really had like this bond. Like it was cool. It was like, So everything is all good, like those first couple of months. Look, aren't they all in every little, and this wasn't even really a relationship all like that. It was just, just taking your time, just getting to know that person. Look at me lying, talking about taking my time. Shit, I wish I would have took more time with his ass. But, so that's pretty much what we did for several months. And so I'm liking him, but it was stuff about him I was starting to be concerned about and concerned for myself, because he began to pull away. He would disappear. And then come back around as if nothing happened. That would happen like every week. After like, let's say 4 months of dealing with him. The 4th month he started doing that. I knew he was going through a lot financially. So I assumed at that time, well, that's what it is. He's just stressed out. You find yourself making excuses and shit for people. And that's what I told myself, just kept telling myself. And so anyways, it turns out he was dealing with this girl that I knew, she was like a mutual friend of ours, and he's dealing with her and telling her this and telling her that, filling her head up and shit the same way he did me. And then I ended up having a conversation with another mutual friend of all of ours, and she began telling me, girl, yeah, they messing around. They this, they that. And I'm just looking like, huh? I was like, well, he's been messing with me too. So what is going on, And so turns out he had been messing with me and messing with her, talking to her, filling her head, except this time, I noticed with her, she had low self-esteem. I really did. I noticed she had low self-esteem, because even when we had a conversation about it, she's basically, I think he had her call my phone, and she's just like, oh, well, me and him, we together and this, that, and the third. And I'm just looking like, bitch, I don't want him. Look, now that I know you dealing with him, man, he got another woman and all this other shit. I don't want his ass. You know what I'm saying? And during this time, he wasn't the only guy I was dealing with. I think I was dealing with a couple, I was talking to like a couple other guys, because it was with him, I started to notice he was full of shit, And I had pulled back a long time ago. Like, I cared for him, but it was like, this shit can go either way. I felt something within his vibe. But I noticed with her, she was taking up for him, and this my man, and bitch, you could have him. And I'm just sitting up here tripping out. Why you got this bitch calling me? Why? And that's that narcissistic shit. That's that gaslighting. Let me have another woman call you to show you that somebody else wants my black ass. Let me have her call you and antagonize you. And I just turned that shit all around on their ass and had them feeling stupid. I said, wow, y'all must be really bothered by me. Because both of y'all are calling me. I'm not calling y'all. I'm not bothering y'all. But y'all are so bothered. After I said that, honey, they got their ass up off that phone. I never heard from them ever again. Because I just made you look stupid. Why are you calling me to tell me what's yours? Why would you need to call somebody to tell them what's yours? If it's yours, bitch, it's yours. You don't have to tell no motherfucking body. And I damn sure won't go be arguing with her ugly ass over his ugly ass. I was upset. I'm like, if I'm going to be dealing with this, these motherfuckers could be cute at least. Damn. But yeah, that's that low self-esteem. That's that lack of confidence. Let me get two women to argue over me. Let me start some shit up with two women. I know that they cool. I'm going to mess with both of them. He knew what he was doing all along. All along. But he fucked with the wrong one. I did some shit to him. I got his ass back, honey. Let's just put it like that. I'm not going to put everything out there. Look, a true lady never tells, but I got that bitch back, and that bitch was looking stupid and blowing up my phone and just flipping the fuck out like, bitch, how could you do that? You don't play with Miss Robinson, honey. No matter what age. I think I was about 22 at that time. You don't play with me. I was like, oh, this bitch think that this shit is funny. Okay. I'm one of them people where you try to be funny with me, I'ma up the ante and be even funnier than your ass. You think you a clown? I'ma show you how to clown. What does that Monique say, honey? What is that saying that Monique says? The comedian, y'all know Monique.
See, when you do clownery, the clown comes back to bite.
Yes, it does, honey. And, never fuck with people's emotions. Never play games with people. Don't treat nobody like that. That's what that man did. That is what that man did. Played all these games. The disappearing. I remember one time he had disappeared for 2 weeks. And the next thing I know, I disappeared for like 4 weeks. Like, nigga, what? And he was blowing up my goddamn phone every day. And I'm just looking like, ain't nobody thinking about your ass. He was looking real stupid and dumb. And I remember during that time, I started messing with this other guy. Talking with him, getting to know him, really liking the guy. And, spending time. And so it's just like, don't play them motherfucking games with me. But during that time, I was very confused, you guys, because you got to remember, I was on my shit of peeping people out, but I was still very young, like very green, like did not know these narcissists exist. The girl that he's with, and he's still with that girl, she's a codependent. And people will say, well, they've been together for years. They've been together for years because the bitch is a codependent and is afraid to stand on her own. That's what the fuck that is. Don't give me no bullshit about his love and, oh, well, no. That bitch can't stand on her own, and he didn't. Guess what? You know how she was talking to me about how he's her man and he's with her and he wants to be with her. Remember, she called my phone with that bullshit. Guess who got cheated on year after year after year? Because we do have mutual people that we all know, and those people, was telling the business, honey, saying, yeah, that's all he do is cheat on her. And she be crying and looking stupid. I said, wow. Wow, wow, wow.
See, when you do clownery, the clown comes back to bite.
Yes, it does.
The clown comes back to bite.
Oh, yes, it does, honey. Yes, it does. Yes, it does, Monique. And I just looked at that like, wow, that girl really bragged and was on the phone talking about how he her man. You know, how he's with her and he doesn't like me. And it's all about her. And bitch, you sitting up there getting cheated on, getting dogged. That's what you get. That's what the fuck you get. I don't feel bad for that bitch. But it's a lot of women like her, you guys, out in the world, codependent. It's just that Tierra Marie bullshit. I thank God that I was strong enough to just leave that motherfucker alone. I knew it was something about him that was not right. Couldn't put my hand on it. But I ain't no damn dummy. You ain't gotta play with me 57 times for me to figure out what it is. Fucking with me is like fucking with a hot stove. I will burn your motherfucking ass. And that I embarrassed the shit out of him. I will just put it like that. I won't say what I did. But I embarrassed the fuck out of him. Because when you think this shit is funny and sitting up here playing with somebody's feelings and making plans with them. And, you know, you just sitting up here playing with the person. You know, and then you think the shit is funny, and then you up the ante and have the bitch call my phone. You never treat Miss Robinson like that. I'm as nice as can be. I didn't do shit to this motherfucker. Nothing at all. And he disrespected me in that way. But that bitch paid for it. I bet he won't ever do that again. I know until to this day, he probably like, oh, that Brandy bitch, she crazy. Yeah, had told me on one time, well, I'm a man and you a man and what? And then these same type of men, he was very jealous. I remember we was somewhere and I gave a hug to a male friend, you know, that we all was working with. And he got in his feelings and was ready to leave because I gave the man a hug. Well, that damn hug was long and you don't need to be doing that. You don't tell me what to do. You don't own shit, nigga. Shit, you ain't got no money like that, old broke ass. His ass was way older than me and didn't have no motherfucking money. And then, I don't like no broke ass man telling me what to do. That's a problem. You ain't got no coins. You're not attractive. And then, to make matters worse, this motherfucker went around telling people, oh, well, you know, she's just mad I didn't want her. You didn't want me, you ugly, old, grandpa-looking motherfucker. You didn't want me. I didn't want you. And it's funny because when I dealt with him, he kept saying, no, you ain't gonna want me. You so pretty and, you know, you ain't gonna put up with me and you ain't, you know, that was my warning right there for him to say, well, you ain't gonna put up with me and you ain't gonna do this and you show the fuck ain't. You got that right. And he told me, he was like, man, you pretty. These niggas gonna be on you. I can't be fucking with you. You know, I look back at the shit that he was saying. And he just knew he was never gonna be able to get away with that shit with me the way he does her. Her old little house on the prairie grandma looking ass. So, no, I don't play those games. If you go play those games, you better come correct. Better come correct, because I'm going to check you. You don't disrespect me. Get the fuck out of here with that. And he was telling everybody, oh, she's crazy. You know, there's something wrong with her. Even the bitch that he's, old grandma, little house on the prairie looking bitch. Oh, well, she's crazy and she's a bitch. She's repeating after him. I wanted to slap that bitch down. Repeating after him. Bitch, get your own brain. Get your own brain, you know. Think for yourself. Stop trying to depend on some nothing ass nigga that don't want you. That's community dick. That's out here probably still cheating on your dumb ass. Sitting up here playing these elementary games with him and talking big shit to me. Karma bit your ass, honey. I know it did. But that's my time, you all. That's all I pretty much have to say on that. Let me know if you have dealt with a narcissistic man. How did it feel? Did you go through any of the shit that I went through in my story? Let me know how that was for you. And I still plan on doing other narcissistic videos because I have encountered these people several times. Okay? So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It is your girl, Brand New, and I am out.